My fucking gosh, I got a lot to talk about with these two movies.
Cool.
Unlike my being. Who...
I never have anything important to say.
Yes, you do. You have for some movies. Anyway, hey guys. Just so you guys know, the following is going to have some toxic gore. Viewer discretion is advised. So, welcome back to the CharmingAnalysis Halloween Spectacular.
You said high school podcast where we talk about all things to survive high school.
Oh gosh, this intro is going to be so interesting. Anyway, welcome back to the Halloween Spectacular. I'm Mari.
Jay.
And this is going to be our second to last Halloween podcast we're going to be doing for this year. We had a lot of movies to pick from, and
we need something for the next coming years.
Yeah, so we're going to be talking about 2 more movies today, and we'll be recording another one, our last one tomorrow. So be on the lookout for the last set of our Halloween Spectacular episodes for this year. Because Halloween's literally next week, and because of some other stuff going on, we only have like 2 more podcasts to really do and stuff. I don't think we can get any more done besides that. What do you think, honey?
Yeah, I think I'm content with just leaving it for like
some for next year.
Yeah.
So this is going to be our second to last podcast for Halloween, and then we'll be doing other podcasts here and there that we've already recorded. I think we got Infinity Train that I still need to make the thumbnails for, and we can post. And maybe like one other thing. Did we record some other stuff, I think, besides that before we did the Halloween stuff?
I don't remember.
We have to look. But we do have some other content coming. And after that, we're going to be starting to prep some Thanksgiving stuff. But mainly we're going to be prepping for a Christmas themed podcast month. And I'm going to mainly be hosting that one because I really love Christmas, while JC really loves Halloween. Or Jay.
I like Christmas enough.
I know, but I'm more passionate about it than Halloween personally. But that's just me. You guys can like whatever you want to. I just love Christmas. Anyway, so today, for our second to last podcast for Halloween, we're going to be talking about Trick or Treat and the 1989 version of Pet Semetery. Yay.
Yay.
So I guess since my bean's probably not going to be talking as much for this one, they get to do the synopsis. Okay. So we're going to start with Trick or Treat. So what is basically the synopsis for Trick or Treat?
Trick or Treat is an anthology of Halloween stories.
Well, with a lot of horror in it.
That involves murder, dead kids, werewolves, stuff.
Just people basically killing each other. It's literally...
It's what happens on Halloween. That's basically what it is.
Yeah, it's someone's interpretation of what happens on Halloween is basically what it is. Uh-huh. So, I guess, what did you think of Trick or Treat? Because this was the first time I've ever seen it.
I'm more like looking at it than anything else.
Yeah. Because this was the first time I ever saw this, and along with Pet Semetery. But we're going to talk about Trick or Treat first.
Okay.
But this was the first time I've ever seen it. The first time I've ever seen one of the characters in it was actually at Spirit Halloween this year, because this was the first year me and Jay, I'm still getting used to saying Jay.
I know.
Me and Jay were basically getting our first Halloween decorations for our apartment, so I saw this character, and JC was like, we gotta watch Trick or Treat, because I saw this character, and I thought it looked kind of cute, even though in the movie it's really fucking creepy. Sometimes creepy stuff can be cute. Sometimes. Not all the time, though. Anyway, so I think this movie is actually very interesting. It's an interesting interpretation of how Halloween is about monsters and candy and stuff like that. I feel like this one goes more on the horror aspect than most of the other ones I've seen.
Yeah.
Like, we've mostly done, like, horror stuff, like, for this Halloween Spectacular, because I consider horror part of like a Halloween genre in a sense. Not all of it, but like there's a good section of Halloween movies that are horror related. At least ones that we were able to find. So we've only done a couple of actual Halloween movies, and that's because there was only a couple we could find.
Well, I consider this also a Halloween movie.
Yeah, this is the only exception where it's like a mix of both genres. Like, this is a Halloween movie, but it's also a horror movie kind of thing. Well, most of the ones we've done, minus It, I believe, have been a Halloween movie. Because I'm pretty sure It counts as a Halloween movie, doesn't it?
No.
Never mind. Fuck. Anyway, so I guess, what was your favorite part about the anthology? Because mine was probably a tie between the Werewolf Girls and that little kid, whatever the little kid with the big bag on his head is.
You mean the one that kept everything together that is supposed to represent the spirit of Halloween?
Yeah. Is there like a name for this kid?
I think there is, but I forgot his
Can
name.
you look? I'm going to look it up.
Go ahead, look it up.
But
my favorite one...
Wait, my phone's over there. Can you look it up really quick?
No.
Whatever. Okay, if we can think of it later, we'll probably think of it, but the kid with the bag on his head, that's orange, okay? Whoever's seen the movie knows what we're...
The trick-or-treater.
Yeah, we'll just say trick-or-treater, because I can't fucking think of...
A trick-or-treater who is orange. The little
yeah,
if
you guys have seen the movie, you know who we're talking about.
The one that's appeared on every fucking Halloween store.
Yeah, which is I'm surprised at. It's cute though.
Yeah.
In a slightly creepy way. Anyway.
Yeah, my favorite one is the father and son, even though it's really short. The father and son carving pumpkins. I like that one.
That's because you like gore and shit.
But that was the funniest shit in the movie to me. That was funny.
I'm still surprised at that movie. Like that short. But yeah, this movie's basically a bunch of shorts put together to make up a movie. I can't fucking talk today.
I know.
But they all connect together in a way. They all do connect together. There are shorts that basically people just going through all kinds of ridiculous Halloween shit while also adding a lot of horror to it. So, okay. So this was was this the first time you ever seen this movie? Or?
No, it was the second time.
So what do you think of it compared to the first time you've seen it? Do you think it got better? Do you think it got worse?
A lot of movies, whenever I see them, they normally stay the same.
Okay.
So
minus a couple here and there.
Yeah, so my interpretation rarely ever gets better or worse. I think it's time, honestly, and this movie doesn't feel like it came out of 2007, and it honestly feels like it came out a few years ago.
Honestly, yeah. So, like, I was surprised at how good it was for, like, 2007 quality. This movie at Pet Semetery looked good and probably still stand up to today's standards, even though...
Pet Semetery?
Well, at least the original, like, it looks like it came out, like...
I know, we're still talking about Trick or Treat.
I know, but I'm just trying to say both those movies, in a sense... did well for its time, but it's something they could also, like, watch in today's, like, society. Yeah. Because apparently Trick or Treat's still popular, right? Right? Isn't
Yeah, Trick or Treat, they got popular over the years.
That's what I was surprised at. Like, because I've heard of it, but I'd never really seen it until now. So, my Bean wanted me to watch a bunch of Halloween movies, so this happened to be one of them they really wanted me to see. Mm-hmm. Oh, boy. So... okay, so another thing I want to ask about when it comes to Trick or Treat, since your favorite short was the dad and his son basically killing a kid and trying to carve his head into a pumpkin, I still can't believe they fucking did that. That was creepy.
I liked the interaction
with them.
Yeah.
I honestly thought the guy was going to kill his son. I honestly thought that's what he was going to do. And I'm like, what the fuck? Because I was, like, about to, like, scream because I was, like, terrified. Like, do not kill your fucking son. And he ended up stabbing this other thing. And I'm like, okay, never mind then. Because it terrified me.
Yeah, and then his father ended up getting killed.
Yeah. Wait, that was his father?
Yeah, it was.
I fucking knew it! But, yeah.
I thought he came home that night. But no, he's the one that got killed by the werewolves.
Yeah. But, okay, so I guess besides the one with the father and the son, is there any other ones you liked in the anthology, I guess? Because I pretty much like the werewolf one. Like, I was actually surprised at how that went.
A lot of them are really short, except for the last one when the man is fighting the orange trick-or-treater kid. Like,
I know they're short, but they connect together, though.
Yeah, they do.
They all connect together to make, like, a story. It's just not, like, a single plot. It's multiple plots that somehow come together to form one conclusion. It's like a web. You start in the middle and you kind of branch out kind of thing. So, I like the way that they actually did. I didn't even realize they were werewolves until, like, later on. I never realized it. Because I kept thinking, okay, because they were mainly talking about this one girl experiencing her first time, in quotes. So I kept thinking, okay, maybe she hasn't had sex yet. Which is fine. No one has, just so you guys, no one has to have sex at the same time as everybody else. Everyone has their own pace. However, they shouldn't have teased her about it. And some people may not even want to have sex.
Even though that whole metaphor was just eating a human being.
Because I didn't realize they were actually going to be werewolves eating people. I thought they were just like... I thought it was going to go way differently than I expected. I like how it goes in this different direction, and I like the way that they interpret the werewolf characters in this. I was just kind of surprised that they actually were werewolves. I thought they were fucking vampires at first.
No. I like that they peeled the skin. Like, I like the transformation scene. I like that they actually peeled the skin off.
How did they fucking put that shit on?
I don't know.
Is what I want to know.
Latex, probably.
Oh, Lord.
Latex. Lots of latex. But
yeah.
I like the transformation scene. I thought
it
was really cool the way, like, to, like, present a werewolf like that.
Yeah, me too. I was surprised because I actually thought at first when the teacher guy came into the thing, because at first I was like, isn't he a little bit... wasn't he a little bit older for her, in a sense? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that, there's nothing wrong with that, but I just noticed that. That was something that I noticed, like, right off the bat. Like she wasn't, like, a young person. She was, like, in her 20s, but the guy looked like I think he was, like, 10 years older than her, I believe. Maybe, like, 30-something. Mm-hmm. So, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that unless, like, you know, I don't know. I don't see that as an issue, personally. What about you?
That's not the whole point of the scene, though.
But you get what I'm trying to say. At first, I thought, before we found out she was...
I'm assuming they're all lesbians, because they don't want to, like...
They don't want to eat They don't want to, like, be with the men. They just want to eat them.
Yeah.
I can actually see that. However, I thought at first, before we realized they were werewolves, I actually thought she was trying to hook up with this guy. Like, that's what I thought at first.
That was not my thing. I was like, they're dropping too many puns about... being wolves.
I didn't realize it because I don't think I was paying attention too much to the puns. I think I was just more like, okay, where's this gonna go? Is it gonna be sexy? Are they making something sexy, I guess?
I think they were.
They were trying to, because you saw titty. You saw fucking gorgeous ass titty. Don't deny it. You saw titty.
I like that you said that on the podcast.
Embarrassed face. Anyway. I'm not gonna lie, though. You see titty.
I know.
So I thought they were gonna, like, strip or do some shit. I don't know.
They did. They stripped their skin off. And
then when I noticed that, I was like, okay, this is not at all how I think it was gonna go. Okay. But I feel like the way they designed the werewolves looked kind of weird.
That's costume, and that's animatronic shit.
But other than that, I feel
don't
like
mind stuff like that.
I don't either. It's just like I thought they were gonna go.
It really.
You like that over CGI?
No, it's not that. It's just I've always, I guess, had a not an admiration, but I always like that about, like, just putting, I guess, werewolf animatronics, even though, like, it's not gonna look real. It's just I like the design.
Yeah, I will admit they did look good, but at first I thought they were going to do CGI because it was 2007.
It's 2007. even if they wanted to do CGI, it wouldn't have looked good. So
Yeah.
I would have preferred the fucking animatronics over the CGI.
Yeah. Anyway, so what did you think of the Trick or Treat kid? I thought it was kind of cute.
I think
like he was adorable. Minus like seeing his little alien face.
Well, I think he's cute. I honestly don't think that he should be. I don't see the whole popularity of him. I get why he's probably on the cover. He's the fucking spirit of Halloween, and he does not like anything that's like
bad about it,
like the sex or the gore or anything like that. But I feel like, that's one of those things that's one of those characters that's really
unnecessary for him to be the title.
Overhyped.
Yeah.
And that's the one character you see that, Trick or Treat. I know like that because that kid's on that box. But I don't think
he's like the mascot for the movie.
Yeah, I understand why he's the mascot of the movie. I just don't understand his popularity. I don't
personally get it either. Like, I think he's a cute character, but I don't think he should have been on the cover. I feel like they should have done something like...
No, he should have been on the cover still. It's just, I don't, like...
You don't see the hype.
His popularity is, like...
out off the chain.
Over-exaggerated.
Yeah, but... I don't know. I did think it was interesting, though, how they did it. So I guess... Because since it came out in 2007, and it looks like it still could hold up to, like, this day... If there's anything you could change about it, what would you change? If you could.
Honestly, the only thing I would change is make a sequel to it, which I highly doubt they're gonna do anymore. They just talked about it for years and years, and I never really heard any peep from it. So maybe
they had an idea, but it's scrapped.
Maybe the director went on to different things. So
who is the director for that? Do you happen to know? You have no idea. Well, whoever he or she is. I do hope that they're doing good and stuff. Because this is something I think that should happen. If they're going to do a remake for this, Jordan Peele needs to be on board with this. Jordan Peele needs to be on board with this shit.
Sure.
I feel like he would make a really good version of this movie.
I would want to have a sequel. You know why I don't oppose this being a sequel is because of the fact it doesn't need to follow
a law or like
it doesn't need to follow like fucking like you can still have the kid there, but it doesn't need to follow like
a plot
or anything. It's anthology shorts. Like it doesn't matter. Anthology shorts are much more easier to handle than actual script.
Like, yeah, like this is
a sequel to a movie that everybody likes.
This is one of those circumstances where like I wouldn't be opposed to seeing a sequel of it. And I feel like that's kind of what you're saying, too. Am I right? Mm-hmm. So, yeah. But if they did remake this or make a sequel, I do feel like Jordan Peele should be on board with it. Because I feel like he could do something with it. Because think about it. He's going to be making a Candyman movie. He's on board to make Candyman.
He's not directing Candyman. He's just the producer on it.
You get what I mean? Like, but he is helping out with the newest version of it. I don't know if that's still like a remake or if that's going to be like a reboot. I don't know.
I mean, I guess, but I think there's other like people that like, the house where like this movie was made, I'm sure like it's just people who work on shorts and people who don't like,
want to make like a full movie.
Like, people
I know,
who just want to make like, these little short anthologies and
that's fine.
I think that's where it belongs. It belongs in like this little Blumhouse anthology production, and I think that's cool. I think it's something that we probably need to see more of.
Yeah.
So
I'm just saying, I think it would be a nice, interesting way to see it, like from Jordan Peele's perspective. But that's just personally me, especially because we watched Get Out and Us.
Jordan Peele is more about suspense.
Okay, so he's more of a suspense guy.
Yeah, that's why he made. Was it Jordan Peele that made Twilight Zone? I don't remember. Yeah, but I would like to see it. Another one of these. I doubt that there will, but
maybe probably not for like a long time. Because have there really been any new Halloween movies lately? I don't feel like there really has been. Because I can't think of any.
Well, now there ain't gonna be for a while, but Yeah, I give it like I give it a 7 out of 10. It's an enjoyable watch, especially for Halloween, because colors in it really pop. It looks like Halloween.
It really does. But yeah, other than that, the only other thing I have to say before I give my rating, I will admit that fucking Rona girl was savage as fuck by leaving them there. That took the cake for me. I loved that part as well. I didn't like the full short, but I did like that one part. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Anyway, I have to give this a 7.5. I think I was actually surprised at how good this was, in my opinion. I didn't think this was going to be that good, but I actually liked it. I was surprised, and just the lure of it was interesting. It's one of the more interesting Halloween movies I've seen, and I would definitely watch this again. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's our review for Trick or Treat. So now we're going to talk about the 1989 version of Pet Semetery.
Yeah.
Because there is another version of this that they remade. I think it was remade last year. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we decided to watch the old one because Jason didn't want to watch the new one yet, even though I want to see the new one after seeing this fucking movie.
It's not good.
But I still would like to see it just to see what they do.
They bring so much shit in there that it's like unnecessary and it just drags on and on. But it like stretches for a long time.
But yeah, I eventually would like to see it just to see how it is personally, but that's me. Like I'm not that big into horror, but I will admit I'm getting into it a little bit because of Jay. Ugh, I can't talk. Because of Jay. Jay's been getting me into it a little bit. Not full into it, but I do have appreciation for it.
Well, half of these movies I haven't even seen, so
we get to enjoy them together.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're going to talk about Stephen King made this, right?
Screenplay.
But yeah, but it is his book, right?
Yes, it's his book.
I'm making sure, okay? Anyway, we're going to be talking about Pet Semetery. So, what did you think of Pet Semetery?
It's better than the remake, I'll tell you that. I think it's like Stephen King's older directed movies. Has the same feel. Has the same father/male protagonist going fucking insane. That just seems to be a trope in Stephen King himself.
Yeah.
Just
at least from what I've seen so far.
As a character, like, not believe in anything, like, you know, the dead coming back or like God or anything like that, and somehow something supernatural or demonistic comes out. It's like, you know, it's the Stephen King thing. It's a Stephen King
trope
property that's like Stephen King has a lot of tropes, let's just say it that way. And we're probably going to see it later when we go to other Stephen King movies, and
watch the remake of Pet Semetery because I actually want to compare them.
It's the same movie.
I want to compare them though.
It's the same thing.
I just all I want to do is just compare them and see which one's better. That's literally the only reason I want to fucking watch it.
Yeah, but it's just, to me, it's just a boring movie.
But I'm one of those people that likes to compare movies when they remake them and stuff, just to see what they do different.
Yeah, I mean, I like the feel of. I mean, I always like the feel of older, like, thriller movies,
which is fine.
Or
I do
movies,
too,
because it just gives a sense of, like, I guess it
gives
a
little bit of nostalgia.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't grow up with these movies, but it gives a sense of, I guess, realism in a way.
Yeah.
I guess, like, whenever they showed, like, these, like, I get older movies of just these really, like, you know, crazy things, like hauntings and ghosts and demons and stuff, people, like, tend to believe that it actually was real because it looked more practical.
Yeah.
And, like, I really liked it. I didn't love it because it's still, like, you know, it's still slow paced. I think the original, like, the book is where like, Stephen King is a writer for books, and it's really hard to adapt a book into a screenplay. So,
well, not all the time, but sometimes.
Yeah.
Even though there's some books that do get adapted pretty well.
Yeah, I guess because I just really liked, like, I love it. It is one of my favorite, like,
Stephen King movies.
Stephen King movies. Like, I think that's probably the top tier Stephen King movie I've seen. And
But he's got a lot, though.
yeah, he's got a lot. I don't know if anything's gonna really top it, but I mean, I put this in, like, maybe, I don't know, I haven't seen that much Stephen King level. Right now it's at the B. Maybe it'll go down to a C if I see, like, a better Stephen King movie out there, but
You give it a B?
yeah, it's around there. It's around the same, like, it's around the same that Stephen King normally gives out anyway. I just think that probably the book
Is better.
is better, probably. I'm not sure.
But,
I never read the book.
Something I am curious about, and this is something I feel like I wouldn't mind doing if you were okay with it. Maybe we could do, like, a podcast just based on Stephen King movies.
That's
like,
gonna be a long-ass podcast.
Well, not, like, all of them, but we'll pick, like, his best ones, I guess, and just do a review on, like, comparing them, contrasting them, stuff like that. Like, just, like, a topic video kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I could see us doing that for, like, a podcast or a topic video. Just discussing, like, his popular movies.
I could see that.
I think it'd be something fun
Probably
we could do.
be... I'm
It'd
just
probably
thinking,
be a longer
I'm just thinking
podcast.
about how many times, like, Stephen King has wrote the guy who's, like, who goes insane, and he's probably
This is why we
written
would
a
do it.
lot of them.
So we could talk about the tropes and what they all have in common, what they're all different, and all that shit. But if you guys would like to see that, let us know, because we would love to do that.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, I did think this movie was interesting. I actually liked it, which is weird for me, especially because of one particular scene that kind of traumatized me a little bit in this. I'm not gonna lie. I was a little fucking traumatized with this movie. Like, it just fucking... there's one
Why
scene...
are you doing that right now?
It's fine.
Oh my god.
Anyway, what's bothering me? Anyway, but I actually did like this movie. Surprisingly, despite one thing about it, which will affect my rating of this movie, I will say that for a fact.
Why?
But I'll explain in a minute, but
Okay, go ahead.
I guess, well, we haven't really said what it's about. Can you at least explain what Pet Semetery is for the people who haven't seen it?
Family move into this house that's right next to a busy intersection. They have 2 kids, and the dad figures out that if you bury something in a grave in an Indian burial ground, then it'll magically rise from the dead, but it comes back eviler and not itself, and death ensues.
Yeah, that's basically the plot of Pet Semetery. At least the original one. I don't know what they do for the remake.
It's the same thing.
Same plot? Okay. Well, I'm just asking.
The only difference to me is that the girl dies instead of the toddler.
Okay, but I still would like to see how that
Which
goes,
was...
We'll just talk about that when we see it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna bother with it.
So, because that way we'll compare the two. Anyway, so... I did like this movie. I was surprised because I haven't seen that many Stephen King movies. I think this is the second one we've seen. Wait, third. Maximum Overdrive we did see, and I hated that movie. Oh my gosh. So boring! But that's a topic for another day if you guys want to hear me talk about Maximum Overdrive and how it's
We did a podcast on it.
Did we even post that?
I think we did.
I don't think we did.
I don't know. I don't remember.
I don't think we did. Anyway, because I think we ended up scrapping it.
Maybe.
Because we didn't really have much to talk about with it, so we couldn't really do a podcast on it.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, so I guess what did you think of Pet Semetery? Did you think it was good?
Yeah, I thought it was good. I don't know if I'm gonna see it ever again, but
Probably not for me either, but I will admit this was good. It's one of the better, I think it's one of the better Stephen King movies I've seen.
But you...
Because the only ones I've seen so far have been Maximum Overdrive, which I fucking hated. It, Chapter 1 and 2, even though that fucking freaked me out a little bit.
And this.
And this. These were like, have you shown me any other ones? I think there's only 3.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
And what else is scene that freaked you out? Come on.
Okay, I will say this, though, because I did put a warning at the beginning, because there is gore in this. And this is a major spoiler.
I probably should have warned you about that. I knew that scene was
You
gonna
didn't
happen.
fucking tell me! I literally went into it Like, that fucking traumatized me. I'm like, what the fuck? Okay, so...
I mean, it's not on screen.
I know, but still, Still, you get my point. Anyway, this is a spoiler for the movie, so if you don't want to hear this spoiler, then you're probably gonna have to move to, like, another scene. Honey, I'm charging my phone.
I know, I'm just putting it over here.
Oh, thank you. Anyway, so, major spoiler for this. The fucking kid, the toddler dies. That fucked me up. That fucked me up so bad.
Did it now?
Yes, it did. Okay, look, I love kids. Kids are, like, amazing in my eyes. I'm one of those people that, like, if possible, I would have kids. Maybe one day me and Jay will, but I don't know yet. But, because we're kind of young, so I don't see the point of it now. But maybe one day. Anyway, I love kids. I've always been a kid person.
Kind of young.
Yeah, but I've always been a kid person. So whenever I see deaths of, like, children and stuff, it makes me so upset. It really does. And this, out of all the children deaths I've seen in movies, this one was the most traumatizing in my opinion. Just the way that they did the imagery for this fucked me up. And just the dad saying, no, at every fucking picture. Oh my gosh, that I cried. I was about to cry, like, several times. And I literally had to pause the movie. This was so traumatizing. I had to fucking pause the movie on the fucking father-in-law punching the dad. And I was literally, like, hugging Maybeen for, like, 10 minutes because I needed to, like, have a big-ass warm hug and feel better because that really fucked me up. I'm not gonna lie. That fucked me up.
Uh-huh.
Like, that was the worst thing about this movie, in my opinion. Do I like how they did it? Yes, but personally, I feel like it went a little bit overboard. But that's because I was kind of traumatized by it.
I think it was fine. The child death doesn't bother me. It's just... It wasn't done for shock value. It was just... It
just kind of happened.
Yeah, that's just normally how Stephen King thing is.
Yeah, but...
He's not afraid to kill kids, and...
I know, but...
I mean...
This was different. This was like a fucking toddler. This kid was like 3 or 4. He wasn't even that old. He had a whole life ahead of him. Like... I know apparently in the second movie, like in the remake, the girl ends up getting killed, which will still make me upset, but this, I feel like this, if I had to compare
I don't think they showed that death either. I think they cut away.
I know, but I feel like this one would have fucked me up more. If I had to compare this death to Georgie's death, this one impacted me more than Georgie's, and that's saying something. Because
I showed you Georgie's before.
Yes, I already know that, but still, that still fucked me up. Like, but not as, it's weird, not as bad as, like, this one. This was probably the worst death I've seen on screen, like, ever.
I've seen worse.
But that's just for me personally, but...
Not that I want to see any kids die, it's just...
Me neither.
I've seen more impactful deaths.
Yeah. Anyway, like, that just... I can't, like, just get over this. Like, it's sad. I'm glad I don't have work tomorrow. So, I don't have to worry about that shit keeping me up tonight. I feel like I'm going to probably be kept up tonight because of that. Not going to lie. Anyway, I'm trying to get back on topic. Help me, honey. Help me.
Okay, what would you rate the movie?
Okay, because I don't think we have too much other to say than that, do we?
Not really.
Do you have anything else you want to say about it?
I give it a 6 out of 10.
Why 6 out of 10?
I don't know. It reminds me of old Stephen King shit.
That's because it is old Stephen King shit.
Well,
What are you even doing? You're like putting a blanket on your face.
I don't know. I'm tired. Give me a rating.
Okay, fine. Welcome to the life with my bean.
Yeah, where I'm always tired and yawning. I can't help that.
Well, you're an insomniac. You can't help that. Anyway, for me, despite the kid dying, which fucked me up, which it did lower my rating a little bit, I probably give this a 6.5 out of 10. Just because, okay, if the kid didn't get killed, I would have given it a 7. But because of that, I take half a point off.
Okay.
So I give it a 6.5. Would I probably see it again? Hell no! I'd rather just see the remake and see what they do with it and then compare. But I'm not watching that movie again. Damn, what the fuck? Anyway, okay, that's the end of our second to last Halloween Spectacular podcast.
Join us next time when we review Hocus Pocus and Coraline.
For the grand finale.
Yeah.
So yeah, that'll be like our Halloween Spectacular finale next time, which we're going to try and record tomorrow, is our plan. So yeah. So keep a lookout for more podcasts coming up. And I'm Mari.
I'm Jay.
And we're out.